Aaron, we're back here talking about. So anyway, we're talking about real quick. You're on the Facebook.
Yep.
People can check you out there. What about a phone number? Is there a number that people can call to talk to you or set up an appointment or you know?
Absolutely. It's 810-964-3316.
Excellent. Okay. So what's your musical interest? What got you into music?
Man, I started playing the pots and pans when I was 3.
Oh really?
I don't know what caused that, but we got video of it. But then I took a 7-year hiatus and took up drums. Well, I took up trumpet actually for about a month, and then found out that I had asthma and was like, okay, I'm gonna do something where I don't have to use my breath as much for it, and I can actually hit stuff and get some aggression out.
Right.
Took up guitar right around the same time, kind of bounced back and forth between them, and I've just been in love with music and all kinds of music ever since.
Gotcha. That's excellent. And what are your musical influences? What music do you really like, or what's influenced you?
Yeah, really like Tool, anything that Maynard does a lot, Mars Volta. Growing up, Metallica was a huge influence. I'm not super into them anymore, but I still know.
What happened?
Honestly, I don't even listen to a whole lot of music anymore. I listen to a lot of speakers and, people teaching about business and spirituality and that kind of stuff too, because how you do anything is how you do everything. So I work on making everything in my life better, and it actually helps. Like, I'm to the point, I've been playing for 15 years, so I'm to the point where if I spend time improving another part of my life, I'm actually getting better at drums at the same time.
Sure.
So
excellent.
That's the kind of stuff I'm working on.
That's great.
The advanced levels that we'll get into when y'all are ready.
That's good. And then who else? What are some of the other people that work with Rockstars Academy?
The singer in my band, her name's Krista. We've been jamming together for years. Had Deceived Conception. I once was Beautiful Belle. We're called Sweat now. Guy named Corey Krieger. He's been our head guitar instructor for years. Amazing blues player. He's got a group called Paper Chief. They're playing at Woobies quite a bit and around the area. Bruce Horn, this guy I went to U of M Flint with. He is in a group called the John Fett Quartet. They play every weekend, like 3 days a weekend, and they're amazing, man. They've been playing together for so long, and it's just like,
what kind of music?
Super tight. It's cover tunes. So they do anything from the 50s up until current stuff. Just lots of variety. They do all the harmonies, and it's just like
neat.
It all sounds really accurate and legit.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And
I actually got my tooth knocked out at his show about a month ago.
Did
it was after the Maxie show. I went out to see him at Mo Doggies, and this drunk dude pushed another drunk dude into me, popped my tooth out. My dentist was really good and fixed it though.
So you needed a good attorney then, is what you're saying?
Just a good dentist. That's all. While I got the insurance,
Right. That's good, because I don't get insurance working here.
Yeah, I gotcha. I'm still on my parents for another 6 months or something, so
I keep telling the producers
really glad.
I need good dental and eye and stuff, and John and Steve tell me that they're working on it. So they're working on a plan, and I think they're just waiting until Obama, care comes in, so that way I'm covered. So then they can say, hey, you do have health care here. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking. And what out of all the instruments, is there an instrument that's easier to play? Is there some? I mean, obviously, there's some people that can pick up any instrument and play it.
Yeah.
And there's some people that like they say languages. There's certain languages that are easier to learn than others.
Yeah. Honestly, like, they all have their challenges, and if you want to be a virtuoso on anyone, they're all the same difficulty level. You got to put hours upon hours upon hours in to get to that level. Starting out, though, like, we usually start kids 5 or 6 at the youngest.
Okay.
But I've been able to start drum students at 2 or 3.
Really?
Drums is the easiest one to pick up out the gate because it uses bigger muscles, right?
Right.
Guitar uses these tiny muscles. Same with piano. You got to work your fingers. With drums, you work your wrists, and you can use your arms, but it really should be wrists. It's the most efficient way.
And do you really need drums to practice on? I mean, could you just?
No, man. I practice all day.
So you just do anything? Feet?
Yeah, I'd be at a Thanksgiving, like, standing in line, tapping on my plate, and my dad's like, do you ever stop? And no, not really.
You're at the bar drinking, and you just start busting it out.
That's what's up, man. Always practicing.
Practice makes perfect. People don't realize that.
Actually, it doesn't.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean practice doesn't make perfect?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Come on,
because
Aaron.
if you practice it wrong,
that's true.
It makes it wrong.
So if you practice in the right way.
Yes, only perfect practice makes perfect.
Perfect practice.
That's one of my favorite things to tell my students, actually, because it shocks them. They're like, "What? No,
that's not true.
I've heard that before. It's got to be true."
We've learned that all our life. We've heard that all our lives.
Yeah, but Vince Lombardi said that, man.
Yeah. And that's a good point. You know, that's very, very true. You can practice and practice and practice. And if you're doing it the wrong way, you're going to learn the wrong thing.
Just getting better at doing it wrong.
That's true. Good point. I like that. And then I liked one of your quotes you said earlier, how you do anything is how you do everything.
Yeah, man. All across the board.
Is that something you came up with? Or is that a famous quote from somebody?
Yeah, I stole that from this guy named Larry Crane who teaches this spiritual technique called the release technique. But like that's the whole premise of the Karate Kid thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like
right.
Wax on, wax off. And he's like, "What am I doing all this crap for?" Right. And like by the end of the movie, he's just a master at it, without having to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Yeah. Wax. But I like that quote. I actually wrote it down because I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, man. The more attention to detail you pay in any area of your life, the better every other area is just going to be naturally.
Gotcha. Excellent. And then. Let's see what else we have here. All this paperwork here. It's supposed to be going green and not getting rid of all the paperwork, but my computer died. Boo. That's why I called Flint Computer Works. That's right. If you ever have an issue with a computer, you need to call Flint Computer Works. Get your computer checked out. And that's what the people in the studio here should do, because we had a couple little difficulties. You can call Flint Computer Works. Go online, flintcomputerworks.com. Conveniently located in the historic Stockton House in Flint. Check them out now, flintcomputerworks.com, for all your computer needs. See? Get a little commercial in there. That's $10.
Throw it in, man.
Yeah. Like, hey, we just made $10. Now I'm gonna get those 2 hot and readies we're hungry for. The next question I have for you, what about age range? I mean, obviously you just said 3-year-old playing drums.
We've had anywhere from 3 up to 90.
Wow.
Yeah, all over the place. It is sort of focused on teens, but when we get like enough older people together that want to actually start doing like an open blues jam night, stuff like that, we're going to get that going as well. And I think I mentioned before we do shows on the weekends.
Yes.
And you can check out info on the Facebook for that. And also, if you text Rockstars to 41411, you get mobile updates sent to your phone with coupons to save $1 on each show. And I sent out texts for this show, so we got a handful of subscribers on there. Get on there, save some money on shows, find out about all this cool stuff we got coming up.
So we text what to what?
Rockstars, Rockstars, no space, to 41411.
41411. Okay, excellent. So text Rockstars to 41411
to get your mobile updates.
And then you get coupons.
We'll be doing some clinics coming up pretty soon here at Guitar Center. We've done them for the last couple of years. Guitar Center's actually been referring anyone who asks about lessons to us for the last couple of years.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, so we're working with them, and we're really, really glad and fortunate to have them helping us out. So we like to go over there and do some clinics and send people back over there.
A niche market you guys might be missing out on is like senior citizen homes.
We played at one for Christmas.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, right behind the store.
I mean, seriously, you could get them all together, and whether they're banging on their bedpan or they're John.
We like to jam on everything.
John just looked at me like, "Come on!" But
AARP is going to be calling you soon.
Exactly. Right? Send all complaints to John Wilson and Steve Myers.
Eashoo.
FlintTalkRadio.com.
You said it, I didn't.
PO Box 200, Flint, Michigan 48501. But yeah, you could get them going. That'd be good for them. And
yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, we've done them all age ranges. So don't be shy. If you want to learn, it's never too late. Actually, at the 28th concert, we had a student who's roughly in his 50s playing with couple like 12, 13-year-olds.
Oh, that's great.
He's writing his own songs, and we just had those kids hanging around. So we were like myself and another teacher were gonna play, but it's like we'll just get them learn it instead, because we know how to do reggae, so we'll spread the love, share it.
Spread the love. That's great, yeah, and I'm glad that there's places out there because I hear a lot of people, like I said, I know two people that went through your classes and are very good at it now, and I was really impressed.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they can go to you guys and you give them lessons, and there's one-on-one lessons, there's group lessons, stuff like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. One on the all the stuff we do comes down to like the individual lessons, band classes. The shows on the weekends, we do recording. We do like after hours recording, like 9 p.m. most nights and
Sure.
Sundays. And then we rent out practice spaces to bands as well. We have like a computer lab we're working on that'll be up and running pretty soon. And we had, I don't know if y'all know Charlie Boyke or not, but he's amazing. He said, you mentioned that you knew him earlier, and I showed you this photo. He just painted our stage.
I seen that. That's amazing.
It's so sick, dude. It says rock stars and it's got all this lightning. You can see it on our Facebook, which is facebook.com/The Rockstars Academy. Once again, there's a photo of it posted in the stream, and we're going to have we had one of our students came in and took like 200 plus photos of it. So we'll put all those up, and we've been just working on renovating everything. The roof is getting fixed, and we're going to be able to start doing a lot with the upstairs now because we got 2 floors. We're the largest music store in the county.
Wow, that is amazing. So if you're out there listening and you're looking for a place to learn, to play piano, the guitar, or an instrument, voice lessons, basically you want to check out Rockstars Academy. They're located conveniently on Miller and Ballinger Road, and they got you covered. I know people that used them before, very, very satisfied. Wider range of people that help, teach the people. And the thing is a lot of people I know that will say, well, I don't know how to do it, or I'd be embarrassed. And Can you speak a little bit about that? I mean, no one should really be embarrassed, right? I mean, we all start off somewhere.
It's all a learning process. And if it is hard to do it at first, there is that initial step that you got to get past. But once you do that, that's the hardest part.
Right.
Just try it. And if it didn't work, try it again.
And if it didn't work, because, my grandma used to say, if first you don't succeed, brush yourself.
You're doing it wrong.
Brush yourself off and try again.
Right.
She said that. She's a wise woman.
We always say if at first you don't succeed, quit. It was probably too hard anyway.
Yeah. Now, what about people? We just got a text here. People want a guy named John and Burton wanted to. Actually, I know John. John wants to know, do you do harmonica classes?
We do not. We just focus on those 5 main instruments that I talked about, guitar, bass, drums, piano, and voice, and then getting people jamming together in the groups.
Okay, so John's obviously listening, but I'm texting him back.
Yeah. But if you were wanting to jam like with some people on the harmonica, we could probably get them in a group, but we don't have anyone who's like specifically set up to teach harmonica.
Okay, not yet.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you can get a whole bunch of people together, I'm sure you guys would work out something.
And also, we're actually going to be doing stage fright classes pretty soon, which I wanted to mention when you asked like people who are nervous about it. Like we pay attention to that side of it as well, because there's like with anything, there's really 3 aspects to it. There's like a physical, a mental, and a spiritual, and we try to address each one of them in our lessons.
Gotcha. John and Burton just texted me back. I want to know, where could he go if he wanted to learn how to play the xylophone?
Xylophone? We have some instructors who can help with that. Yeah, definitely. Okay. We do not actually have a xylophone at the store because it's not as rock and roll as the other instruments we roll with. But yeah, I'm experienced with it, and a couple of our teachers.
What about the accordion? Anybody play the accordion?
I tried actually a little bit. We had a couple of them, and a friend of mine wanted one for forever, so another friend of ours bought it for her for Christmas from us.
That's cool. Yeah, my friend Philip, he wanted to learn how to play the accordion.
The squeeze box.
Yeah, I don't ever have you ever mastered it or not, but that's pretty interesting. And there's a instrument for everybody out there. I mean, if you really like start to talk about instruments, it's not just like a guitar and piano. I mean, it's like amazing how many like instruments there actually is out there.
For sure, man. For sure. Didgeridoos and 1,000 million percussion instruments.
And what's the most popular instrument that